evening, friends. This is gonna be a quick one. I'm popping in to show you guys a super easy weeknight dinner of something that I just kind of threw together what I have on hand. It's going to be like an Italian style meatball stuffed with a chunk of mozzarella cheese. And then I am going to put my homemade marinara on top and bake it with more cheese on top once the meatballs are done. It sounds a little tricky, but it's not. I'm just craving Italian, and when I have the marinara on hand, I always tend to like brainstorm Italian-ish recipes.
I like it.
It's Dan.
I'm Dan.
Let me show you guys what you're gonna need. This is an easy one. You probably have most of this on hand.
And if you don't, the store's right around the corner.
I've got just over a pound here of ground beef, 1 egg, Parmesan cheese, almond flour, seasonings, salt, pepper, basil, parsley, onion powder. Then I also have 8 ounces of block mozzarella cheese. I just cut it into cubes. And then I have about a half a cup of chopped pepperoni, my homemade marinara, and some more shredded cheese. This is definitely not low fat. Just disclaimer. I have to say, I love recipes like this where everything just gets dumped into the same bowl. First, we're going to add our seasonings, which is just a light sprinkle of basil. You don't have to overdo it with the seasonings because there is so much flavor in the marinara. A little bit of onion powder. A little bit of parsley. Then just some salt and pepper. Just eyeball this. It doesn't have to be an exact measurement. Look how cute my new salt and pepper shakers are. They're llamas. Now I will add the chopped pepperoni. Half a cup of Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of almond flour. And 1 egg. I'm also going to add just about a tablespoon of the prepared marinara. Now it is time to do the meatballs. You're basically just going to take a small amount. I would say just enough to fit like in the palm of your hand. You want it to be big enough to form around the block of cheese. So take your little bit of meat, shove the cheese in the center, and then you're just gonna go ahead and form the meatball around the cheese. So the size of your meatball is basically going to be dictated by the size of your cheese chunks. So if you want a smaller meatball, just make smaller blocks of cheese. And that's it. I'm gonna throw it into a pan that I lined with tin foil and greased with a little bit of olive oil, and that's super easy. All right, it made 14 really good sized meatballs. So I am going to put these into a 350-degree oven for just under a half an hour. Then I'm gonna pull them out, top them with sauce and more shredded cheese. So stay tuned. I just took the meatballs out of the oven and I've got about 2 cups of sauce sitting here on the stove on warm. All right, I've got a little slotted spatula here and I'm just going in and removing each meatball, making sure not to lose any of its cheese that leaked out. It's totally fine that it leaked out. There's still a glob in there. I'm putting them in the second pan because I want them to be nice and tight and cramped together when I add the rest of the sauce and the cheese. You can count on me to never, ever, ever choose the right size pan for the dish that I am making. So I had some extra space. I made one of my little handy tinfoil dams and I just piled all the meatballs in really close together. Now we are going to top it with marinara and top it with some shredded mozzarella. Back into a 350-degree oven just until the cheese is melted, and then I am going to turn on the broil for just a second to brown it up. Magic meatballs are done. I'm just gonna let them cool for a second so we don't die trying to take a bite. But the house smells incredible. Dan and I are both like ravenous animals, but here's my plate. I have 4. Dan has freaking 5. We are gonna cut one of these open and try one for you guys. But we're starving, so this has to be like lickety split because I could just die. Oh my god, they're so cute.
Do you call food cute?
Yeah. Oh, it's really hot. This is a situation, but I just wanted to show you that even though there was a ton of cheese like in the pan and that came out of the meatball, they all still have like this perfect little chunk of mozzarella inside. It's really so hot you can't even eat it right now.
No?
Mm-mm. Stand by. Still hot, but I'm going for it.
I don't even care.
Mmm. Mmm. I don't know his dance. This is dancing. Mmm. The pepperoni in with the ground beef gives it such a meatball sub pizza. Ta-da!
I want to eat this napkin.
It's so good. So that's a magic meatball. I hope you guys make them, try them. I will go ahead and link my marinara sauce recipe. Don't be afraid to just throw together what you have.
Yep.
You can do this. We love you guys, and we'll see you really soon.